Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about electroplating. See, almost everything around us consists of metals, no? The mobile phones we use, scissors, computers, vessels, bangles, rings, chains, bicycles, motorbikes, cars, etc. that we use are made with different types of metals, no? Even in kitchen we have steel plates, copper vessels. We wear gold ornaments, silver ornaments. Right. Some metals are far more attractive than others. Some are expensive than others. Some are good in strength. Some are shinier than others. Right. You might have seen women using ornaments which appear to be made of gold. But with repeated use, the gold coating wears off, revealing silver or some other metal beneath. In this case, a metal has a coating of another metal. That is, a layer of one metal would be deposited on top of the other. How is it possible? How do we able to deposit a layer of metal on another metal? Let us discuss about that. First, let us discuss about an activity 14.7 given in your textbook. For this activity, we need to take 250 milliliter of distilled water in a clean and dry beaker. Then dissolve 2 teaspoonfuls of copper sulfate in it. Then add a few drops of dilute sulfuric acid to make it more conducting. Then we want to take 2 clean copper plates and want to connect these 2 plates to the 2 terminals of the battery. Okay, this is the positive terminal of the battery and this one is the negative terminal of the battery. Then immerse them in copper sulfate solution. Then we want to switch on this battery so that some current flows through the circuit for about 15 minutes. Don't try to do this experiment without taking necessary precautions. Okay. After 15 minutes, after switching off the battery, we want to remove the two electrodes. 2 electrodes means here 2 copper plates from the solution. Then observe the copper plates carefully. The copper plate connected to the positive terminal of the battery may look corroded. And the copper plate which is connected to the negative terminal of the battery will have a thin layer of metal on its surface. So, actually what is happening here? When electric current is passed through the copper sulfate solution, the copper sulfate dissolves into or dissociates into, copper sulfate dissociates into, copper and sulfate. Copper gets attracted towards the negative terminal of the battery. Actually, there we have a copper plate connected to the negative terminal of the battery, no? So, the copper gets deposited on the copper plate connected to the negative terminal of the battery. Okay, the copper from the solution gets deposited on the copper plate. So, there is a loss of copper from the copper solution, from this copper sulfate solution, no? The loss of copper from the solution gets restored back, but how? From this electrode which is actually connected, that is from this copper plate which is actually connected to the positive terminal of the battery, an equal amount of copper gets dissolved into the solution and thereby replaces the loss of copper from this solution. And the process continues. That is, copper gets transferred from one electrode to the other, that is one copper plate to the other. So, this process of depositing a layer of any desired metal on another material by means of electricity is called electroplating. Electroplating is one of the most common applications of chemical effects of electric current. Electroplating is a very useful process and widely used in industry for coating metal objects with a thin layer of different metal. For example, on a different another metal. For example, chromium plating is done with, done on bathtubs, car parts, etc. Chromium has a shiny appearance and it does not corrode easily and it resists scratches. So but chromium is very expensive. So it is not economical to make the whole object out of chromium. So the main part will be made from a cheaper metal and only the coating of chromium is deposited on it. Gold and silver are expensive metals. So purchasing a jewelry of gold and silver is not economical for a person living a normal life. So jewelry makers electroplate silver and gold on less expensive metals so that the ornaments will have the appearance of silver or gold but are much less expensive. Tin cans are used for storing food now. These tin cans are made by electroplating tin onto iron. If food is stored in iron container, food may react with iron and get spoiled. Tin, it is less reactive than iron. So coating of tin on iron makes food to not to come in direct contact with iron and protects the food from getting spoiled. In bridges and automobiles, iron is used to provide strength. But iron tends to corrode and rust now. So a coating of zinc is deposited on iron to protect it from corrosion and formation of rust. So in this video, we have discussed about electroplating. It is actually the process of depositing a layer of desired metal on another material by means of electricity. I hope you understood this. Thank you.